Laffer, former Reagan economist, and Steve Moore, host of More Money on WABC Radio. Gentlemen, pretty good. All right, Laffer, will this get us to the promised land of 3% plus 4% economic growth in the next many years, in your judgment?
Yes, I think it's a great start, Larry. I mean, and what you and Kellyanne were talking about is exactly right. I would put Trump literally as he leads the U.S. in the world economy, and you know, supply side economics combined with peace through strength, that should lead to a long period of prosperity, Larry. I think this bill was absolutely necessary and sets the groundwork for the next 3.5 years, which will be spectacular.
Well, the 3% plus growth dividend is worth about $5 trillion, according to White House estimates. That's a lot of money towards cutting Joe Biden's ridiculous budget deficits that crippled the investment side of the economy. Now, Steve Moore, you've gone through a whole bunch of things. I saw you looking at your cheat sheet, but please, you can cheat on us. What else is in this besides economic incentives and investment incentives? You got a whole bunch of them from your new column.
We do, Larry. And by the way, you talk about Donald Trump being a forgiving guy. Do you think he might forgive me for being wrong on the effect of some of his tariffs? Because what he's done so far has really been amazing on the economy. But this bill, I believe, is one of the great conservative triumphs of the last 30 years. And it's not just, everyone knows about the tax cuts, the lower tax on businesses and families, and those kind of things, no tax on tips. Those are all fantastic. But there are all these jewels in this bill. So, for example, one of the issues I've worked my whole life on is school choice, letting parents have the money so they can send their kids to good schools. This is the biggest federal expansion of that program ever. How about the fact that we have expanded health savings accounts so people can have control of their own health care dollars, something Art Laffer has worked on. How about the fact that we got rid of the electric vehicle mandate so you can buy any car that you want to? We got rid of the Green New Deal. How about the fact that something that, again, Art Laffer has worked on for 40 years, opportunity zones, enterprise zones, get capital into low-income areas. That's in this bill. I mean, I could go on and on. This is a great bill in so many ways beyond the tax cuts, Larry.
Arthur, do we need a balanced budget, in your judgment?
No, absolutely not. It makes no sense to have a balanced budget. I mean, you want to obviously raise and change the composition, et cetera, and match taxes with spending in some sort of broad sense. But no, you don't want a balanced budget. You literally don't. You need that debt increasing somewhat every year for the larger economy. Also, you need to make sure that you have the ability to be able to shift expenditures from time to time. If we'd have had a balanced budget in World War II, we wouldn't have won. It would have been a huge loss. So you can change the timing of production. You can change all sorts of things by using your debt policy very efficaciously.
Steve Moore, I know you completely disagree with everything Arthur said because you're a fanatic about the balanced budget. And I will say, politically, Newt Gingrich made the point on the show earlier, a balanced budget, people would like to see a balanced budget. Whether it's just on paper or not, they'd like to see the effort to make a balanced budget. Now, serious point, though, this bill, with its economic growth potential and its savings and so forth, will get these ratios down. Deficits to GDP is going to come way down. Deficits, debt as a share of GDP, Steve Moore, will come way down. Now, that reduces the burden of the debt, and maybe that's a good second place to a balanced budget.
Well, you and Larry, you and Arthur were talking about 3% growth. I don't think there's any question we could get to 3% growth. But here's an amazing thing, Larry. If you get to 3.5% to 4% growth, which I believe we can, we're excited. A new era of artificial intelligence, robotics, incredible productivity improvements. If you get to 3.5% to 4% growth, not only do you balance the budget, Larry, you start retiring the national debt.
Oh, no.
So growth is everything. Arthur, I know, you don't want to see that. You want more tax cuts.
What was that? I'd keep cutting
taxes.
Yes,
I do. You're right. I do. You're right.
I'd keep cutting taxes, man. I'll tell you. This way, no politicians can spend that money. I always get worried about that. But I remember Alan Greenspan was predicting that we would have to get rid of all the debt. Wouldn't be the same America without debt. I don't know what to say. Anyway, gentlemen.
I didn't say all the debt. I said some of the debt.
Some of the debt. All right. Steve Moore, thank you very much.
We could reduce those taxes below Reagan.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Let's get back to 28%.